Truth Serum Nation. Truth Serum Nation, I'm back again. Thank you for your support. We're getting a little more and better in some numbers and everything. And we like to throw things around. This platform here, you come in, join, we talk about anything you want. It's a talk show. I used to do a lot of mob stories, but no, it's current events. Let's throw some things around, have a little fun, and get rid of this mic. Get my smoke ready, get my coffee ready. So look, now it's just starting again. You see what I'm up against here? Right? It's skipping already. So welcome just the same. It's the Truth Serum. Current events, sports. We did good on the sports. We're going to do a sports video with my picks. We did all right last week, but a lot of you people don't gamble on sports. That's all right. What about this election with Donald Trump and Kamala Harris? What's up, Frank? In this ploy, in the second attempt plot on Donald Trump, it leaves you wondering now, this guy, this Wesley Routh, he's traveling all over the world. He doesn't have any set bank account with assets. This guy's a mole. This guy's an international mole. And he was in a commercial for a rock that was black. Remember Crooks, the shooter at Butler, was in those rock that was black, because I got to watch what I say, in those commercials. And he was a student in the class. Well, this last guy on the golf course, folks, he was in another propaganda commercial with a rock that is black, $1 trillion international company, a rock that is black. He was in one of their commercials. Two guys that going after Donald Trump just happened, what a coincidence, just happened to be in these propaganda commercials for that biggest company on planet Earth, a rock that is black. Jesus, is that just a coincidence? Well, I don't know. Let's take it a little further, the Truth Serum, because if your head hasn't blown up by now in this crazy world and times we live in, Twilight Zone, alternate universe, what I don't understand is Trump wasn't on record to say, I'm going to go golf that day. Okay. It wasn't common knowledge that Trump was going to go golf. So how does a guy get in there via Hawaii, California, everywhere else? How all of a sudden does he know to be there waiting for Trump? Trump's camp didn't put anything out like, well, I'm going to be golfing today. Trump didn't put, nobody knew what his agenda was. How come they don't say this on Fox News, which I like, or CNN? Well, CNN ain't going to tell you shit anyways. But let's think. So this guy, willy-nilly, is just going to travel the planet with a truck or a stolen whatever the hell it is. It's all question marks, because the what's going on behind the scenes is that you folks won't believe it. You won't believe it. You just won't believe it. So he's got inside information that he's going to go wait and chill out until Trump comes. How the hell does he know Trump's coming at all to the golf course? How? And he's made his way across the Pacific Ocean from Hawaii, from California, from Florida, wherever. He hopscotched all the way down to Trump's place and waiting. Just on it wasn't his Secret Service agents knew what he was going to be doing. His Secret Service agents knew. So this is retarded. The Secret Service and DHS, they want Trump out. Duh, newsflash, they want Trump out. Are you? Can you? It's not about connecting the dots. It's just there's the information, process it. It's third grade stuff that you can figure out. You don't have to be in high intellectual or academic achievements. This is just easy stuff. Easy stuff. So the kid or the guy, 61 years old, my age, just out of the blue. Now he was writing down radical stuff on social media and everything else, and you got everybody on CNN and all these news stations saying, "Oh, they're more or less they're egging people on for violence against Trump. This propaganda, this Marxist propaganda, CNN, ABC, CBS, they're egging psychos on who they're already cultivating." Now it's a mystery. This guy's a big mystery, right? He's got the resources. He was over at the Ukraine. He was over in China. He's all over the planet. On what income? His bank account's got 25 cents in it. On what income? On what income? So what is this, my microphone? On what income? On what is my microphone? So welcome, Frank. So it goes back to that bum at Secret Service. He's a Marxist. And if they're not aware by now, like I said before, Trump needs his own security team. He is not a sitting president, so they give him the third stringers. I'm saying there's good, competent people there, but everything's got to be on point. They make one mistake, So this kid traipses in, gets on the fence line in bushes, and he sits and wait. How did he know? Hey, Christopher Walker, Michael Candinas. We heard about the plot on the golf course. We heard about it, but the guy comes across an ocean in the continental USA, and he knows he's ending up there. How's he know Trump's even going to be golfing that day? Trump didn't put anything out, what his agenda was or anything like that for public notice. His Secret Service knew what he was doing, of course, and this Secret Service that they got in here, every other federal Democrat ran agency, they want him out. They're protecting. So you're telling me, ladies and gentlemen, so you're trying to tell me these federal agencies that have been trying to put him in jail since day one, you think they give a shit about protecting him? You think they got Miss Piggy over there in Butler, short black lady. They got Miss Piggy up there on stage. You mean to tell me with all the Secret Service agents out there that there's not military Secret Service that are 6'3" linebackers studied in everything on planet Earth? You don't think they exist in America? Of course they exist. Well, they put their DEI hires into the Secret Service, and that's what you get. That's what you get. So he has to come up with his own security team. Yes, Chris. Yeah. Because if you're not a sitting president, you're going to get the third stringers. You're going to get the third stringers plus maybe a couple bullets, maybe a bullet or two. How a guy would know to be on that golf course? How? And how would he know how to maneuver around that golf course like that? He never was there before. He knew the area to dodge the cameras. Well, who knows where those cameras are? The Secret Service know where the cameras are. So he's camping. He's camping right under their freaking eyes. He was tipped off. No shit. This is easy shit. The Secret Service. And now there's new revelations about what the Secret Service knew in Butler, and there's new revelations and admissions and everything else. Who cares? They're not going to do anything to anybody anyways. Oh, we caught this guy red-handed. Yeah, he ain't going to jail. They're not going to go to jail. They got all the judges. It's just lip service. That's all. It's all just goofy lip service. Kamala's over there cackling. I was in a middle class. Yeah, I worked at what is she talking about, this poor lady? What is Kamala talking about? She's just there for the emotional voter, but not based on any policies. And the polls are tight. It's a tight race, obviously, and there's no substance to it. But I'd like to believe that if people are just regular general people, not biased, not so loyal and biased to a party. I'm a historical Democrat. My family, the Italians and stuff, historically, the mob is all Democrat. Not anymore, because you just think, the mafia, they know bullshit when they see it. So they look at the Democrats. Well, that's bullshit. Mike Francis, God bless you, Mike Francis, because, I talk a little smack, but I love you, brother, and he's smart. He's smart on political stuff. I wish good for Mike. I talk smack and everything, but at the end of the day, we're older men now. But, hey, Mr. Mormil. So historically, but I'm not going to just go, oh, geez, Grandpa was a Democrat, so I got to vote for this bull, this whatever you want to call this poor Kamala Harris. I'm actually, in my sick, demented mind, starting to feel sorry for her. I am starting to feel sorry for her. Big time. I am starting to feel sorry for her. Because that last thing she did in that interview, it was insane. How do you think the country is prior 3.5 years ago as it is today, Madam Harris? How do you think the country is today compared to 3.5 years ago? You ready for this? I see an opportunity. I was in the middle. Excuse me, Madam Harris. How can I ask you once again? How do you see the country compared to today as 3.5 years ago? I will give you the Obama hands, and I worked at McDonald's, middle class family. We tiptoed through the tulips. And answer the question, ma'am. Well, I'm looking at an opportunity economy. You've had an opportunity at an opportunity economy for 4 years, you scrub. So people are actually buying into this gibberish, this complete Marxist propagandist machine and gibberish, because you have been dumbed down and you can't formulate regular, logical, sensical thinking, because all Americans are asking for at this point in time is common sense and logic. We're not asking for anything above and beyond logic and common sense. Just treat us to some common sense and logic. We're jonesing like a drug addict for some common sense and logic. I'm jonesing for it. But what do you get from propaganda and all her setup bull crap? It's a fixed card game. And God bless Donald Trump, because he's just, holy cow. His Secret Service is polluted. Those bums under the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, that Mayorkas, that Cheeto retired, nobody got fired. That Miss Piggy Cheeto, she resigned, whatever. But the other bums are in there. Then they get in front of the Senate hearing committees and they talk all this gibberish. Yeah, who cares? Who cares? Yeah. Come on, folks. Wake up, America. Wake up. So they don't, it's like, oh, thank you, man. Where's the book? First of all, let's pay tribute to Jesus and forgive me for my sins. And, whatever you believe in spiritually, take a shot. I've been saved. My life's been saved many times. So thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Give a shout out to my man. There's the little book. There's the little boy. That's me. When I was. The link is in the description. You want to help somebody out? Because this Bidenomics has really got me. Somebody throw a bologna sandwich down my throat. Holy cow. Bad enough I don't have a car. Look at this. I got a cigar, folks. I got a cigar. Cannabis. For my pain, for my shoulder and my pain. I haven't smoked cannabis. I distributed cannabis, tons of it, 1,000,000 years ago. The truth serum. Yeah, I got a little pain here, some old injuries, sports injuries, car accidents, everything else. Well, the percentage, excuse me, uh, uh, the I can't even. Wow, what am I high already? I ain't took a puff in 1,000,000 years. Well, holy cow! The THC compared to yesteryear is unbelievable. I thought we had mad scientists years ago. Mad scientists. We go from politics, we go to herb. You get it all here, folks. We go. Well, they had. I had a botanist and a scientist, and so we experimented, and I used to distribute some mad scientist stuff that was very, very expensive. This stuff they got today is like, holy cow. I mean, you better not have anything important to do that day. But I've been getting I got some injuries, and I don't take pills. I won't take any painkillers and all that. I dabbed around with drugs. I'm not getting hooked on anything. Give me a little herb, I could sleep at night because I got a little pain. But no narcotics. No narcotics. Nah, I took enough narcotics for 7 lifetimes. I'm done with that. Give me a couple puffs here, change my diaper, put a bottle in my mouth, and I'll sleep like a baby. All right. Christopher Walker, how are you doing, man? Forgive me, folks. Honey, if you're watching, it's a sleeping aid. It's a sleeping aid. It's not a gateway drug that I'm going to go out and start freaking copping Oxycontins or anything. All right. I don't want to take pharmaceutical drugs. This is Mother Nature right here. This is Mother Nature. It'll put me to bed like a little baby. Okay. I'm old now. I got to sleep. I got to sleep soundly. I need a good night's sleep. All right. Let's check out Trump's live town hall now. Wow. Excuse me. Enough of that. All right. This will last me probably a month. It was $6 or $3, or whatever the hell it was. So back to the show. The Secret Service is polluted. These Marxist mofos and these bastards. You don't think Donald Trump doesn't know that the Secret Service is against him? We watched the hearings. We watched the jerk show. I gotta keep this PG. We've seen the charades and the committees and all that. We've seen it all. This policy. You know what I wonder sometimes, folks, forgive me. Now, is this just because I took a couple puffs off of some strong marijuana? Or now what are my thoughts going to be based on? Is the truth serum talking sensible, logical stuff? No, well, we just seen him take a hit off a joint. He might be hyped, trying to come up with some smack. Or a combination of both. Nonetheless, what if we did have a good dictator? All right. A dictator that wasn't like a traditional, Stalin or Hitler or stuff like that. What if there was just a good enough leader in our country that everybody accepted, that ran everything good? Why that can't happen in America? That sounds pretty far-fetched. The truth serum, you must be high. No. Why do we have to have this political apparatus with the election, this and that, and everything else? Corruption gets in just Corruption has no problem getting into the highest office in the United States of America. Corruption has no problem in finding its way up there with this current democracy policy. How's that faring? Well, this is actually, that's not fair, because it's been faring well. This beautiful United States of America. It's just then you get polluted Marxist mofos in there, and then it screws you up. But it should be a democracy, but a government for the people, by the people, with total representation, total transparency. Total transparency. You don't get it. They don't. Our people, well, I think our country has never been in this situation before, historically speaking. Let's just back it up a little bit. Our country hasn't been in a position like this ever. I mean, you're really teeter-tottering from democracy to Marxist, literally, whether you folks believe it or not. But when the boogeyman comes and Kamala's there, you better start taking your bottles back, your 5-cent deposit bottles back, because you think the economy's bad right now. You're going to see hyperinflation. They put out their analytics and the numbers of the economy, these news stations, and inflation is 1.5%. Hey, Tom, come here. I got to tell you something. What do you got there? A loaf of bread, bologna? Oh yeah, it was expensive, huh? Wow, yeah. Well, that couldn't have been that much, Tom. I just watched the news. It said inflation was only up 1.4%. What? How about 70%? How about 100%? Like Joe Blow America doesn't know what the prices of things are at the store, at the gas pump. Like Joe Blow retarded America doesn't know what their pocket says. Now, we can get involved in this merry-go-round of this Democrat politics, Trump, assassination attempt. We can spin this wheel all we want. Flip it, flop it, zig it. Look at Kamala hands. Flip it, flop it, zig it, zag it. Yeah. But what we really know is where's our money at? My money in my pocket. The Americans know the money in their pocket. The money in the bank, if there's any left. The money on their credit card, if there's any left. I don't think there's any left, the truth serum. They just showed $3.1 trillion in consumer credit card debt. They're all going belly up. Belly up. No more credit for you. Well, honey, there's no more money left in the bank. You better take a second job, honey. I'll sit home and watch Sports Center. Go take another shift at the factory. I'll be chilling out watching football games on Sports Center. Then what's that lead to? Domestic disputes. Woo! You ain't seen nothing yet. Bum, baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. Here's something you're never gonna forget. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. You just ain't seen nothing yet. You know why? You ain't been around. I think I'm high. What am I, high? What am I on the Ed Sullivan Show? What am I, high? Forgive me, folks. I haven't smoked cannabis sativa. I did at that concert at Darien Lake twice in 25 years. You better not have anything important to do. You're out there driving on the road while you're smoking pot, texting on top of it. You better wear 3 seat belts. You go out in the streets today. People, number one, can't drive as it is. Number one, people can't drive on the road as it is. So you're already at a crisis there. Secondly, they might be up there on their cell phone. So now you got to combine that risk with, they can't drive, they're on their cell phone. And now what do we have? Well, marijuana is legal. I might as well get high. I might as well get high. Text. You know what? And stare with my knee. Steer the car with my knee. Hey, Jack, what do you like in the Bills game? I'm just going to the store down the street. Yeah, getting high, texting. Yeah, I'm driving the car with my knee. How fast do you go? I'm going 72 miles an hour. Yeah. Uh-oh, boom. Oops, crash, party over, out of time. DOA. DOA. Forgive me, God. Forgive me, God. How do we get on that subject? How do we get on that subject, folks? Barney Fife, he's responsible. Well, Frank Ferraro, I think I might have a little buzz on. Thank you, Jesus. I used to compare, you made a reference to Barney Fife. I used to compare CNN news ratings to Mayberry RFD, Barney Fife. Barney Fife and Mayberry RFD, you know, the old show, Don Knotts, you know, Andy Griffin, or whatever his name was, Griffin. I don't know that. So they were beating CNN in the ratings. CNN. Who watches and believes these networks? I mean, we all have choices to do. People are people, and people are gonna favor certain things, and of course, that's what makes us all different and unique. And kumbaya with the rainbow, you know, kumbaya. There's the kumbaya shirt, you know, whatever tie dye. Yeah, let's love everybody, you know, but make it crazy. Make it crazy. Playing so many damn games, you can't keep up with it. You can't keep up. Because, of course, like I was saying, because I forgot what I said, I was just trying to play it off, you know. But I remember. They're just trying to, like, play this like, okay, people make decisions on their own, you know, and everybody has a right. People can make a choice. Well, I like vanilla, I like peanut butter, I like this, but in everyday things, so you don't put much sense in things like that, because that's just our everyday life and like that. But when there's things, when you rise up on what's important, well, the fate of our country's at stake. So that goes pretty high on the meter. So, well, then you formulate and say, we really got to think this out. Our country is at stake. So you put more thinking on it, because we all make decisions and choices. Forget about Democrat, Republican. It's just like, are there enough just homegrown thinking people in America that see that this is an easy election and it shouldn't be all this craziness? This should be an easy election. So, but the standard of thinking in America hasn't rised up that this should be a blowout. Donald Trump should blow her out in the election. This should just be a layup. Donald Trump should just smash her. Look at all the evidence. What more do people got to know? But how do the polls remain tight? So how does this happen in America, where there's academics and you know, education and stuff like that? How does that happen in America? Because the world of academics is promoting the gibberish, because they're embedded, these Marxists and communists, they're embedded in all the universities now. And they're just pushing their agenda. They're just pushing their agenda. So we can't even still get that level, because they've systematically, so to answer my own question, how does that happen? How does that happen that you would, I don't care where you were, if you watch TV, you just know how you were living your life. You know, hey, Wilbur, how did we do back then in 2020? Well, we were doing good, Elroy. Well, geez, we've been broke since this Biden and Harris been in there. What are you going to do, Wilbur? Well, I think I want to go for Trump. We had more money. We were getting another keg. We were getting a keg every week when Trump was president. We we were getting a 6-pack of case. Well, what are we drinking now? Well, you're drinking a 40 ounce. You're drinking a 40 ounce now. Vote for Trump. Well, let's vote for the keg. Let's vote for the keg, Wilbur. So you can't figure this out from a highly populated city to the countryside. People can't figure this out. Whether you live in a big city or the country, just take all the bells and whistles away. It's easy. You don't even have to talk about the border or world affairs, just what's in your pocket. We're concerned about what's going on in the world. We're concerned about the border. But put number one up is money in my pocket. That's number one. So people got to realize, or is it the dumbing down of America? You knew I might be going for there because I repeat myself from other videos. Because to answer my own question, how could we grow so stupidly over years and decades? And how does that get embedded? How does that pass? How do you put that over the plate? Because they got your mind. They got your mind. They got your mind because you're indoctrinated now by all different vehicles coming at you. That's why you can't see the sky is blue when it's blue. That's why you got all these deranged syndromes. Deranged syndromes, they call it. They call themselves deranged. That's how deranged they are. So, and Donald Trump, your Secret Service, there's a mole in there. Do you have advisors, Mr. Trump? Do you have advisors? Because if there ain't anybody that told you by now that there's a mole in your camp from the Secret Service and your good buddy Mayorkas, that Marxist, and his cohort, Cheadle, and the rest of them at the FBI, CIA, DHS, Department of Homeland Security. What do you think? They're your buddies? They've been trying to put you in jail. Newsflash, Trump, there's a freaking mole in your Secret Service camp. Golly, there's a mole. There's a guy from the moon that ends up on your property by accident, by just what? By his thinking apparatus. This guy broke, supposed to be broke, no assets, $20 in the bank. He's all over the planet Earth. He's on a rock that is black commercial, just like Crooks was on that commercial. Here's a news flash, folks. Go Google this while you're out there. Google this. The Crooks from the first attempt, him, and this new winner, Ralph. They've been both in the same commercials for a certain company, but I can't repeat their name. It's a rock that is black. Same commercials. Google it. What's that, a coincidence? That's a coincidence. The guy from Butler that they shot, and this new cat that was in the bushes on the golf course, they've been in propaganda commercials for a certain thing that I just stated, for a certain biggest corporation on planet Earth, a rock that is black. They're in the same commercials. This is easy stuff. They're taking shots at homeboy Trump. His camp is polluted. He's got no friends over there at Department of Homeland Security. They've been trying to put him in prison from day one. You think they care about protecting his life? They've been trying to imprison him. They give him the third stringers. They give Joe Biden the first string Secret Service. They give Joe Biden because he's the sitting president. He's the sitting president. That's the way it goes. Donald Trump gets the third stringers, DEI, all them freaking whatever. Here, give Donald Trump that. Get your own security force, Mr. Trump. Get your own security force. You got advisors. I mean, You can't see the writing on the wall by now. They're not going to stop. They ain't going to stop. I've said it before. I said that. I called it, well, you didn't have to be an Einstein to figure that out. He's just been their mortal enemy from day one. Now they're taking shots at him. Every plot's a Secret Service. What is the Secret Service? The common denominator, of course, is the Secret Service. The Secret Service. How inept and how faulty has it been? We never heard anything for 7 decades about going-ons within the Secret Service until this era, because the Marxists have reached high in political government and other places. Whew, I don't know. What did... Donald Trump just should know. What the hell? How just start from scratch? How just start from scratch? Trump highly visible, all this and that. Doesn't he have cameras and motion detectors? The best golf club on planet Earth? Aren't there cameras all over the place? Being that you were the president, you're a candidate for the presidency, and also been shot at. Well, what's it with the cameras? Trump International Golf Course should be as secure as Fort Knox. It should be as secure as Fort Knox. Trump International, even if he wasn't even in politics, that place should be Fort Knox. Just being a regular citizen, it should be Fort Knox. But now that he's been a president and everything else, it should be like Fort Knox, motion detections, the things that fly in the air and all that. Drones. It should be tighter than Kelsey's nuts, that compound. Forgive me. Come on. He ain't stupid. Trump's a chess player. How's he going down like this? Because he trusts them to protect him. Damn, Donald, you better get some advisors or something, or get some Rambos, get some ex-military Rambos, and like a posse. You need a posse, Donald Trump. You better go to these Marine SEALs and special ops. You get yourself a posse and militia, because this looks like some third world country shit. It's time you get a posse. Forget about these agents standing around. Yeah. Secret Service agents standing around. Secret Service. Yeah. Get some freaking special ops up there. Get some people up there, walk around. Something moved? Sorry. Bam. Something moved? Sorry. Get some Rambos in there. The Secret Service, they're all Democrats and everything. They're walking around. Yeah, look at me. I'm the Fonz. What are you? Hey, listen, you can't tie your shoe. You can't tie your own shoe. You're there to protect this guy? Come on, Donnie. Come on, Donald. The hell? Forget about spinning all this other stuff. Spin. There's an election going on. Yeah, that's very important. But you got to protect yourself, obviously. And Donald Trump, what was laxed on that day. You know what goes on your golf course. You might ask yourself, why wasn't that covered over there? That should have been the first spot. That should have been covered by the first Secret Service agent on the ground. That was the most vulnerable spot. But if you got one agent, he should be on that spot. You know who's hanging out. You know who your Secret Service are at your golf course, at your big place. You know who they are. Somebody had to go for a freaking piss break or something. One of the guys had to go to the freaking other bushes and take a whiz. And guys are just setting up shop. A billionaire. You're a billionaire. You're a billionaire. Forget about the political bullshit who the government assigns you. You got enough to protect yourself with an army. An army. Who cares about the visual? Forget these suits from the Secret Service suits that are just up there playing frickin' pity-patty bullcrap. You don't know they don't like you. You don't know that they don't like you. Your first-hand Secret Service people you probably have a relationship with. The ones he sees every day, he has. But their bosses got it in for him. Their bosses, the Secret Service, try to do the best they can, and then they're just following orders. And one of the bosses tells somebody down there, do this or do that. And that's what's been going on, in case you haven't noticed. Such a coinky dink that both of these perpetrators, see, they do it in your face. They do it in your face. They know that the people are going to connect the dots. I don't know if Fox or CNN will do that, but in the real people gain information. Same, because people are afraid to say the rock that is black company. People are afraid to say, I guess, including me, because they'll just shut my channel right down. They've done everything else to me, censored me. I can't get this, and they've done everything else. Poor me. I'm going to still chirp, though. I'm going to still chirp. Who do we got left in here? I got 4 people left. They had enough of my mouth. We got 4 people left. We're gonna tie it down a little bit. I appreciate you guys coming in here. I want to kill some time tonight. Go over a couple things like that hasn't even been cut. Like, you watch, what am I saying? Like what am I, a Valley girl? Like. I don't talk like that. Am I high? No, I got to be aware when I talk, see if I say it again. I just want to get a video in and see what happens and have a little fun. Anybody else come in here? Oh, thank you, folks. Thank you. So yeah, my subscriber ticker will never move again. My subscribers for my channel, that'll never move again. That's froze because I don't know. I talked about politics. I talked about Brittany Griner or some other stuff. Boom. Froze my subscriber ticker. I'm not even on the menu in the search engine. Talk about communist, socialist mofos. They're listening to me right now, of course. They got 2 moderators assigned to me. Even if I got 10 views, they got 2 of them watching me. Blah, 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 blah. Because I might talk shit about the Democrat Party or some other bull crap that social media platforms try to control it. What did Elon Musk tell you, YouTube? I'll buy my own shit. What did he tell you? What did he tell you? You can't do anything that you haven't already done to me. Remember Scarface? You can't do it to me that didn't do back there in Cuba. You can't do nothing to me. Yeah. There's nothing more you can do to me, YouTube. They're worried about little old Truth Serum with 1,000 subscribers. Oh, he's talking political. What you're afraid of? I would have had 1 million subscribers by now, you communists. On the trajectory I was going on, I could have had 1 million. No, maybe 250,000. Let's don't get too excited, Joe. Maybe 100,000. Just the Truth Serum here. I could have had 100,000 subscribers now if you communist Marxists didn't frickin' censor my channel. You rotten communist, socialist, suffering succotash. Rat bastards. They're worse than the mafia. They're worse than the mafia. Worse than the mafia, man. People talk about the mafia, this and that, and you compare and contrast, or like, so we used to say way back then, the old time, the gangsters, they used to say a long time ago about the government, stuff like that. They're worse than the mafia, the old time. Well, they're right. They're right. The mafia is held to a higher integral or integrity level of, all social media and network TV and movies show all this crazy violence, all this. They only got a schema of knowledge about mafia and stuff like that. But it ain't like it ain't like that. It ain't like that. It ain't like that. But they used to say that the government was worse. They used to say it. Government. Well, then the government took over the rackets. Well, they got the alcohol after Prohibition. They sealed that up. Everything that was illegal when you were doing it and making money, now it's legal and they make the money instead. They're the new gangsters. Go play the lotto, go gamble at the casinos. They're the gangsters now. They used to put the gangsters away for running these gambling activities. They said, "Hey, God, holy cow, these mafiosi are onto something. These politicians, when they were raiding these places and finding $3 million, they were like, geez, these gangsters are onto something. We got to get into the gambling rackets, the government. They're worse than the mafia." And if this waltz, this dynamic duo, this Democrat, the triple D, the Democrat dynamic duo, the 3D, Batman and Robin, who? You gonna count on them? Eh. So what else is going on over here? What do we got? 47 minutes in. So we're gonna keep track. So much is happening so fast. There's really nothing more you can say. We like to speak on it. I do a show. What the hell? That it's where it's so obvious, the year 2024, where a network just is shameless, that they just lie. They're just shameless. They know what they're just all smack and whack. So they're shameless just to lie for the Marxists. These networks you watch every day, just shameless. They don't even look at the facts. They're like the fast talker. Like in the mafia, they had a slick guy, boom, 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 fast talker. Boom, 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 very convincing, very likable, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, wow, these fast talking guy. Yeah, then he leaves, and it was like, oh, that guy was a cool guy, Jimmy. And then I'm like, hey, where's my socks and underwear and wallet? I thought he was a good guy. He was a fast talker, but oh damn, he mugged me right in my face. Where's my socks and underwear and water or wallet? Water. Where's my water too? That's how these Democrats are. Whoo! It's just style, and boom, boom, boom. All lies. They don't care. And you're like, yeah, go Kamala. And then 6 months later, after she's elected, you're like, damn, where's my socks? Where's my everything? My money's gone. Everything's gone. Where's my collectible sports memorabilia? I sold that. Everything's gone. Where's them gold pieces you had? Where's that jewelry, honey? Well, we sold that to pay the electric. When you got your girl Kamala and your tongue is hanging out and you got nothing else to sell, your bank account is broke, your credit card is broke, you're in domestic disputes every day. Holler at your girl Kamala. Holler at your girl. I hope she get. I shouldn't say that because I like the country, but man, I'd like to get the popcorn ready for that. I have to stock up on popcorn. Just every night, watch the news and just watch Kamala and see what's going on in America. Get the popcorn and pop ready and sit back and watch. What's Kamala doing today? You might see a picture of Joe Stalin in the front yard of the White House. They'll move the monument. They'll take the bald eagle out of the front lawn of the White House, and they'll put a picture of Joseph Stalin on a statue. When these Marxists get in there, oh, they're gonna have a big party. Yeah, yeah, they're gonna turn that White House into a freak show. they're gonna be clubbing. You have them old perved out senators and everything. Man, where we gonna go, Irvin? Where we going, Harvey? Wise man, the Jewish. Where we going? Well, we're gonna go check. We're gonna go out clubbing. Oh, at the city lights. No, we're gonna go to the White House. They're throwing a big, whacked out, crazy, woke rainbow everything party over there. Yeah, let's go check that out. Let's go check that out. Maybe I'll take a puff off a joint. Yeah, that's really daring, Irving. Yeah, that's very daring. Come on, let's go check it out. Kamala's clubbing. Yeah. So they'll be rocking and rolling, but it's like, well, people got to learn from their mistakes. Does that mean they should suffer? Well, you voted for Kamala? Rot on the vine then. Rot. So you deserve to be struggling. You deserve to be struggling. You're the one cheering 6 months ago. You were cheering for her, fighting with your sisters over her, family fighting with family because of this lady. You're cheering and everything, cheering. Well, then when your tongue is hanging out, that's not the Christian thing to say. Everybody's got to. But this is like good versus evil. This is no holds barred. This is no holds barred. These are, sorry, Jesus. Sorry, Jesus. These people are evil. We need your help. These people are evil. How can you let them get this far? God in heaven, how could we even be in this situation, Father? How? The Lucifer's just having a hell of a millennium? Whoo. Forgive me, God, if that was some kind of sin. I don't know. Holy cow. Good versus evil. Lucifer ain't having a good year. Lucifer was nominated to be Man of the Year by the Hades Incorporated. He ain't having a good decade. He ain't having a good century. He's having a good 40,000 years. And all the good, proper Christians on planet Earth, proper people trying to do proper living, trying to have a proper life. They don't bother nobody. They believe in something and they're trying to just have a proper life. And then it gets polluted by demonic forces. Then it gets polluted. And then you have what we have today. And they used to hide it a little bit. In the 70s and 60s, they used to hide it. There's only 3 networks, so everything was more minimalized. They don't care now. They're like, if you were stupid enough to let this lady make it through to be a candidate without even any process, they do that in third world countries. They do that in Central America, how they just put a candidate in there and say, that's it. Well, we don't care. That's our candidate. Once they knew they could get that curveball over the corner of the plate, they said, this America's just so gullible. Holy cow. That was a layup. That was nothing. Completely defeated everything that our country was built on. The election process and how you end up being the candidate for the party. They're like, damn, that was nothing. There was no resistance to that. There was no resistance. How stupid is this America? If that was in the 60s, it might be a different story, my good people. Might be a different story if it was in the 60s. Let's just safely, because they haven't been dumbed down that much in the 60s. This is 60 years later today. Back then, they weren't that dumbed down. That curveball would not have made it over the corner of the plate. No. They'd have been like, yeah, next. They had the rainbows. They had the tie-dyes on. But guess what? They got their shit done. They had intellects and people in those. They had intellects in there. Don't be fooled by those hippies. Them hippies are like freaking Sigmund Freud. Don't be fooled. Those geniuses, you don't know what they look like. Look at me. I'm a genius. They come in all sizes, but they're sharp dudes. People that stood up for something and believed in something. That had cayunes. To go, hear our voice. Hear our voice of resistance. Now it's just like watching a movie at the drive-in and just watching the drama carry on till the day the country goes in the shitter. This is just like some kind of movie, soap opera on TV. This is like a soap opera on TV. See what happens tomorrow on November 4th, the election. This just turned into a complete soap opera. So hey, what's going on? Yeah, huh? Biggie Small. Big Small. Good evening. Good evening. See, they don't care. They just, there's nothing more that can be revealed in this next election. There's nothing Trump can say, and there's nothing Kamala could say. There's nothing left you can say. What is there, 55 days to election? Well, there's nothing else that can say. They're going to keep going after Donald Trump. God protect Donald Trump. But there's nothing else that these camps can do right now. The voter knows who they're voting for today. The voter knows, you people out, you know who you're voting for today. You don't need any more information between the time of now and November 4th or 5th. You don't need any more information. Nothing's going to change anybody's mind from now till election day. Nothing's going to change anybody's mind. Nothing. So what will be the difference between the victor and the loser? What will be the difference? Well, you look at it so many ways. Anticipate the historical way they voted. Well, we know we got these many electorals. These are some swing states, battleground. We don't know how the battleground's going to go, and all that. We're going to hear all that, of course. And you know, there's only so much you could say on it. I got another comment on that. Like I stated before, I have another comment on that, because we can have where the election is right now and everything. We can have all that up until today. And what is going to happen is everybody's going to stay loyal to who they know who they're voting for right up to date, election day. What can sway? What is there another variable that can happen? Is there another variable than it just being 50-50? Is there something else that could come into play? Let's investigate this. All right. Say the Trump camp has 1 million registered voters. They're going to get 98% of those million voters, registered voters, all the Republicans that are registered voters, you're going to get them all to go vote. You can rest assured that. A high percent of the Democrats got way more registered voters. Okay. If they only get a certain percentage of those registered voters to go out and vote, that should be enough to squash the Republicans. But this is the media bias gap. This is my theory, the MBG from the OG. This is my theory. This is the media bias gap. What is that? You know already. They're so comfortable and coddled by the media and propaganda that they're just going to sit home. They're going to chill out and think it's a freaking no-brainer. They got it all fixed. They're going to just cruise in. And some of them just going to be chilling out, watching TV. Now, go ahead. I'm going to relax. What if they slack on election day? What if their demographic is more likely to slack? You could flip that, flop that, zip it, zap it. That's just statistical information. That's all. They're historically, they might not be as motivated into getting up and going down to the voting station because they think it's a no-brainer. They just might say, well, this is easy. This is easy. They've been tearing Trump apart the whole time to elect. This is easy. Well, I don't need to go out and vote. That's Trump's only shot. What I've coined the MBG, the media bias gap. Watch all the news stations. Watch all this and that. They got all their experts. They got all their theorists. They got everything else. Well, I'm a theorist too. But I just think they should look at that. And the Democrats would be more proactive in making sure that those Democrats get out there and vote. Don't half step. You don't have to motivate a Republican voter because I'm hitchhiking to my voting station 14 miles down the road. I'm hitchhiking to go vote Republican. Democrat might be sitting back on the couch watching Maury Povich, who's my baby's daddy. Now go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to sit here. This is the 45th father they brought on here. I want to see if I want to see. Go ahead. You go vote. Go vote. I'm going to watch Jerry Springer and Maury Povich. You better hope them Democrats get up off of that couch and go vote. Because the Republicans are going. I will hitchhike in a rainstorm. But will it be enough? They're saying Kamala's up. They're saying Kamala's up 8 points, 7 points. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, what's up, Big J Biz? She's up. What has she done that's been so? She's still the vice president. There's some things she can do for the country before the election, in case you haven't noticed. In case you haven't noticed, she's still the sitting vice president in America. Can you do something now, Madam Harris? You know, everybody's sitting waiting with their tongues hanging out broke. There's something you can do. Then your goofy tax credit proposition that they laughed at, your own party laughed at you. Come on, man. Well, on day one, when I get elected president, on day one, you silly Sally, it's day 1,342. Day one. On day one, I'll freaking tiptoe through we'll pick tulips together on day one. And then we'll sing Kumbaya by a campfire. They laughed at her. All that tomfoolery. Jeez. What else we got? What else we got? Buffalo Bills are 2-0. Sports. That's a good go-to. How long what? I'm parachuting. Alert, alert, alert. You know I don't edit. I don't edit. There's no lighting, all this and that. It's just me, the one-man show. We got a real big show tonight. We got a real big show tonight, making its North American debut, all the way from England, the Beatles. So, what else we got? The weather? You want to know the weather? I'm a frustrated weatherman. Oh man, what an easy job. What an easy job. Well, you got to be scientific to the radars. It's a lot scientific and everything, of course. Yeah, I could have been the champ. I could have been the champ. Yeah, I could have done that. I could have done this. I could have done that. You could have been the champ, Joe. You could have been the champ. What happened? I've been blessed my whole life. So them Democrats better what do they call it? I took a hit off of that damn joint. Wait, what the heck? What is that, like freaking acid or something? This I took one puff. It's like I'm on acid or something. My thoughts are skipping, and then I gotta remember what I was saying. I'm here trying to play it off, and I'm trying to reconnect. Shit's like peyote. Holy cow! These teenagers are smoking this kind of high grade stuff. Woo! See what their SAT tests look like next fall. They lowered the academic standards. I mean, all you need to get into college. That's all you need to get into college to qualify. Yeah, there's a law. There's a law. There's a statute. There's a law. All you need to get into college under this statute is a pen. Sign your name. That's all you need. That don't matter if you failed. If you failed gym, it don't matter. They got a seat waiting for you. They got a nice package waiting for you at that school. Don't worry about it. Just vote Democratic. Make sure you pay us back. All right. Yeah, sure. You got any other goodies for me? Got any other goodies? Well, we're going to try to give you a $50,000 tax credit for a house. I can't afford a house anyways. I can't pay my rent, Kamala. Gee, those are the goodies. Those are all the goodies you got. They're all bullcrap. They tricked themselves. Economics 101. Economics 101. How stupefied do they think they got, Americans? Holy cow. How they really just must think America is just so distracted or stupefied or what? It's like a Saturday Night Live skit. It's comical at this point in time. And the robotic news, the anchors on these propaganda channels, do you look at them? You could feel like negative demonic energy on those anchors at those propaganda. You feel it. I feel it. I feel evil when I look at Hochul or whatever, or anybody, or these people. They're evil. You feel it. You feel it when you look at Chuck Schumer. You feel it in your essence. Nancy Pelosi, you feel it. Holy cow, man. You feel it. Mother Nature will tell you that. So, what else we got? What else we got? Where's my producer? Where's my director? Where's my writer? Well, it's you, Joe. It's you. You're the only one that could pull this off. Can you imagine if I had the necessary tools? with a production staff and able to do technical stuff on here, I'd have 5 million subscribers. Big, small, evil club of witches. Yeah. But I am blessed that I do have what I have. I'm frustrated that I know that it could be better. It could be better if I was in the right situation and I had the right resources and tools, but I'm happy with what I got. I can't cry like a little bitch because I know I should have 100,000 subscribers and I've been censored. Yeah, it's frustrating and everything, but I know I can do it. I know I can do it under the worst circumstances, swimming upstream. I feel like Donald Trump. Oh, when I was doing all those good videos about him, they censored me. I did it for Donald Trump. Donald Trump, remember me, all right? Give me a pass for 9 holes at the old freaking International Resort. I did it for you, Donald. I did it for you. Now they got my hands tied. It's all right. We could still do it together. And, there's a lot of YouTube channels that are currently, you got the Cartier brothers, you got the Vori Darkins, you got these, you got LFR family, you got these huge YouTube channels that is speaking parallel to what I'm speaking. So thank you, Cartier family. You're never going to watch this. They're good guys. Well, they're all African. It don't matter. Like, I should state they're African. Well, but by the way, for whoever thinks about colored identity and all that, they're African American. The very darkins, educated thinkers. They're not into the race bait and all that. These are thinkers. No matter what your color is, just get together as thinking together. Whatever the color is, I like them because they're thinkers. If they didn't know, if they were whack, I would say, oh, the boys are whack. And then they would say, oh, you just don't like it because it's black. That's what that would turn into. If they were just no good and I said, oh, I don't like them, then they'd say, oh, because you don't like the color, you don't like black. But I like them because they're good. They're good, not by any other demographic, being race, what they were, any other variable, because they're good. They're good boys, educated. They're going to school, I guess, from what you get from the videos. They go to school. You know they've learned, and their mind is open. I like to see the youth in that state. These 5 brothers, these good 5 black dudes, they're smart. And I'm glad they're proactive and fighting the fight for Donald Trump. I'm glad. I sacrificed my channel for him. The least I can do. I am from a military family, so I did my part, all right? You guys, I did my part. I sacrificed my channel for the betterment of America. So I'm now a veteran. I'm not, oh, I don't know. Geez, you better be careful. And everything they say is a lie. They're the veterans, this and that. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. But when you just have to say that everything out of their mouth, if you want to know how they really think, everything out of their mouth is the opposite. There's guys I used to know in the mob. You know, the liar. How do you know? Well, watch out for this guy, Joe, because he's telling you this, that, blah, blah, blah. Everything, whatever he's saying, Joe, it's the opposite. So, if he wants to go have a happy dinner with you and you freaking go talk about, no, it ain't a happy dinner. It ain't a happy dinner. No. You can read this shit. You can read it. People can't read that shit. Wow. Slick, fast talking, all that, and all whatever, all that gibberish. People can't see that. You should be able to distinguish that when you're 11. You should be able to notice bull crap. Don't take a lot of information, especially not today in 2024. It don't really take any. It's very basic. There's 19 things hitting you in the face that telling you things are bad. Jeez. But those channels were good. I applaud those channels that support Donald. All the channels on YouTube support Donald Trump. Holy cow. There's even some real smart black ladies that are for Donald Trump. The party's up. The party's over. That's all. Sir Drums, where you been? Thank you, bro. Man, Sir Drums. Where have you been? I miss my people, especially when they're contributors. Nah, you know I love you, Sir Drums. I know you know I've done 4-hour marathons because of you. Oh, good to have you back, Mr. New York. Somewhere in New York, let's say that. Somewhere. Crazy stuff about America. I just think that people for whatever reason they just buy swampland. You know, they don't care if they buy swampland. You don't need any information if you just want to compare presidents. The only information you need to know is about your wallet and your purse and your bank account. That's all you got to know. Take everything else off the table. Okay? Take everything else off the table. And all you had to compare, the only information you had was how much money you had 4 years ago and how much you have today. That's the only information. And guess what? Voters are going to vote merely for that information. Of course, there's other stupid stuff that's happening in our country. But number one, just because that money talks and bullshit walks, the money, people are broke. They're broke. That money is going to motivate them. Otherwise, they think it's already a given. They think they've come this far. The Marxist agenda has come this far over 5, 6, 7 decades of evolution in America. This is their day. This is the culmination of all that infiltration into America going back to World War I and World War II. They've been here. They've been here. Newsflash. The communists and socialists and Marxists been here a long time. They sit in places where you would never imagine. Watch the Senate hearing committees from last year and all them people they were trying to approve in there. Straight up Marxist Nazis and didn't even care about it. And they got approved. They got approved. Poor Ted Cruz, he's always fighting them, that poor Ted Cruz, but they got enough people to get him in. Marxists. They do it in your face now. How smart. This is an IQ test. If you could give a country an IQ test, I was always into numbers, blah, blah, whatever. This is an IQ test. Because I told you about my paper, The Dumbing Down of America. And what happened is happening November 4th. So this is the IQ test. This is an IQ test. The dumbing down, the systematic erosion, and the control of network apparatus, print media apparatus, social media apparatus, total infiltration, indoctrinating all the suckers out there to be dumb. Thus, the dumbing down of America. Thus, as a country, as a civilization, as an intelligent race of breed of humanity on planet Earth, you would think by now we've reached a higher sense of enlightenment. Shouldn't we have a higher sense of logic and reason? The older we get, the more we should learn from our mistakes. The country's 250 years old. Where'd we stop growing? Conflict and chaos. Shouldn't we reached a certain level of enlightenment? We don't even need enlightenment, so to speak. Just give us some effing common sense and logic. Save the enlightenment for Donald Trump, because we will get better. But otherwise, how's a country end up like this? The house is on fire. The house is on fire, and you're looking over there. Oh, yeah, go Kamala. Oh, look at that. They're shaking their tits in their ass. Go Kamala. Blah, blah. Yeah, everybody's distracted, and the house is on fire. It's going to be a real barn burner when they get elected. You ain't seen the kind of fire they're going to bring. They're going to bring that fire straight from the Diablo himself. You want to see some real fire, some hellfire. Ain't that a book, Hellfire? Maybe I'll write it. Hey, speaking of books, the link is in the description. Yeah. Forgive me, I'm high. Best book ever written, of course. Wouldn't you guys guess I could write a good book? Give me that much credit. Better believe I could. I don't have step. I could write 8 books. Who gives a shit? Doesn't sell anyways. Nobody. Few of you guys bought it just out of mercy, so I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Goodwill, good spirit. Let's throw a sandwich down my throat. Thank you, Sir Drums. I appreciate that. Oh, you got it, Michael K. Thank you. You're the one person that bought it. Speaking of the sale, thank you, sir. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. You know, I'd give it away for free. If you want to know the truth, folks, this is the truth serum. All right. I lie once in a while, okay? That's cool, Mike. I got my computer set up here, blah, blah, blah. It's on a cardboard box that's full of my books. The box is still full. Well, I'll give these away just to people. I don't see many people, but if they read a book, I'll just say, here, you want to read a book? Here, I can't give them away. Here, just read a book. Do you read books? Yeah, here, read this. Well, yeah. But of course, I'm biased. There's a movie I want to write, a futuristic movie I want to write. If I had the resources and the team, it can't miss this concept I have. But blah, 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 blah. I'm high. Nice to meet you. So what else is going on, Sir Drums? Hope everybody's been enjoying their summer. We're settling into here in Western New York. We're settling into just 80 degrees, no humidity. We're chilling out. We got 2 more weeks they're calling for. Just perfect weather. Perfect weather. Well, it's mid-September. It's possible to happen. So that's good. That's good. Beautiful springtime, football, everything, election. Wow. Gives me content to talk about. Mob Stories gets old after a while, and people are dead, and then you're talking smack about them, and they're dead. Well, Joe, you haven't had any problem in the last 222 videos. Yeah, but you still got a little conscience. If I was a made guy, I wouldn't do. If I got made, if I took the oath into the mafia, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this. I didn't take no damn oath. Do their dirty work and then to give them the money, you hustle the money, then you got to give a piece to them. Yeah, okay. How about I just go hang out around you guys and hustle and everything and just get my money like that? I don't need no oath. I can make money around you guys. And it's all my money. It's all my money. You ain't got to give it to Sam or some other Rick or Jimmy. You can't. I want all the money. So yeah, you can only talk about so much of that stuff. You know, I mean, there's still an appetite for it as far as YouTube is concerned. You know, Mike, Frank, Sammy the Bull, they're getting a little long in the tooth, and you know, there's still an appetite for mob stories. You know, Philly Bob, how's it going? Still an appetite for mob stories. You know, I remember the story last week because I had a dream about it. You know, PTSD. No, you know, I had a brain injury. So you know, my mind doesn't operate on that. But yeah, a lot of people are still interested in that. Will it ever go away? Will it ever stop? People are interested in violence and scheming and tomfoolery. People are interested in that. Manipulation, scheming, rigging, crookedness. What's that sound like? The Democratic Party. Jeez. Wow. What a concept. What a concept. Yeah. People are interested in that stuff. Yeah. People are interested in that. Criminals. The mafia protects their captains and the presidents and the bosses and everything else. They protect them the best they can. People are going to be firing. People are going to be blasting. Get some Rambos, Donald. Get some Rambos over there. This is third world Central American freaking militia warfare. Can't you see it? Can't you see what they're doing? Get a militia. Forget Mayorkas and the Secret Service and the Department of Homeland Security. Get your militia. They got advisors or what? No, go golf another 9 holes somewhere else out in the open. You can't go out in the open anymore, my God bless you, sir. Gosh. Black Mass with Johnny Depp as Whitey Bulger? Wow. I didn't even know that was out there, Sir Drums. I didn't even know that was out there. But holy cow, Johnny Depp playing him? Sign me up. Sign me up. Did he end up in Europe, Sir Drums? Whitey Bulger, did he end up in Europe for a real long time, or am I thinking of somebody else? Mr. Drums, you donated to my channel? Oh, California. Okay. All right. Wow. My bad. Mr. Drums. If you donate, I'll call you Mr. Oh, all right, California. That dumpster state. Don't swear on my channel, Sir Drums. We don't want to hear the word California uttered because you know who it reminds you of. Thank you, Sir Drums. I appreciate it. So, yeah, gangsters, they look at it. Of course, they have to protect the bosses, but you know, look at Carlos Gambino, the tightwad that he was. You're in a freaking violent operation called the mafia. You got it all. You're out there hiding in Long Island. You're out there playing games out on Long Island, and And what's your security? What's your security at your beautiful place out there on Long Island? What do you got, a German Shepherd or something? Because you're so tight, you're so cheap. You need a militia. But your people didn't even like you. Your own people didn't like you. And there was a mutiny called John Gotti and Sammy the Bull. That was the mutiny. Guys, people that are in vulnerable positions, they bulk up. Jeez, bulk up. Whoever you are, whatever you're doing, if you're under threats, well, anybody, bulk up a little bit. Jeez. Take some precautions. Holy cow. No wonder Biden hid in his basement the whole time. Joe Biden was smart. He said, I ain't going out there. Joe Biden said, I'm not going to be having me out in the open air. Joe Biden said, no, I'll stay in the basement. Yeah. Was Joe Biden that stupid after all? Was Joe Biden that stupid after all? He said, nah, the way things look here is I'm going to stay over here and get a suntan. You guys go rock and roll. You go rock and roll, do what you want. I'll be chilling over here. I don't trust anybody. I'll be chilling here. Donald Trump's out there in the open air everywhere on planet Earth, and there's what the heck? Go into seclusion, Donald Trump. I know it's not your political strategy. Go into seclusion. You can't see what your own government is trying to do to you, bro. There's nothing more that needs to be uttered. Holy cow. Forget the Secret Service. Forget them. Aren't there people around your camp that you're communicating with? Forget the government people. Don't you know you can't trust the government people, for crying out loud? You got your own people around you going, bro, you can't do this. You're under threat. These homeboys, security guard, they ain't protecting you. They're setting you up. There's a mole in the hierarchy of the SS. There's a mole. We know who they are. We know who. You know, you act accordingly. Act accordingly. The mystery man, the broke mystery man, traipse all over planet Earth, traipse all over here and there. How's he got the money? He's got 30 cents in the bank. He's got a beat up car. How's he getting all this money and everything else? And then all of a sudden, he's unchecked and he's at Trump's golf course. And he comes up in an old a promotional video. He shows up back in 2009. He's in a promotional video for the biggest company on planet Earth. I don't even want to say their name. Guess who else was in those commercials? Crooks, the big Butler PA cutie pie. So how do both of these guys that are going after Donald Trump, how do they both end up in the same commercials? How? Come on, folks. That's just Exhibit C of evidence, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. That's just Exhibit A. That's Exhibit A. There's other Exhibit B, C, D, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. But let's start there. Holy cow. Anything else we haven't covered? Yeah, all political. They don't want Trump in. His own government won't protect him. His own government. There's only one street where his golf course is. You know it's secluded. Rated as the best golf course on planet Earth. This golf course, Donald Trump, where that happened. This is rated as maybe the best golf course on planet Earth. There's only one road, access road in. Isn't there like a check? You know, when you go to places in Florida, nice sections. There's a gate, and then you go in and out. You go in. There's a check-in gate when you go into these gated communities. There's only one road. So what was he backtracking through weeds and brush, or what's the terrain over there where he ends up in the brush? What? And the SS agent was supposed to be there, but they walked up ahead and then spotted. The other SS agent was like, damn. In his mind, whoever else was boots on the ground, they just tried to play it off. And with an Oscar, because the other one caught the muzzle coming out, but the other SS that were there were probably like, shit, they found him. They found him. Damn. Yeah. That's why Trump needs his own militia. His own militia. You think Mayorga and the Secret Service, and he's the head of the Department of Homeland Security. Don't you think that they're so pissed off? Oh, I got to get my extension. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's get this thing juiced up. We'll go another 20 minutes. All right. What's going on here? It should be lighting up. Yeah, it's looking. There we go. I know that damn hit must have got me high. Shush. How about flipping the switch, Joe? Hey, Francis. So, yeah, the people that are supposed to protect him hate him. Hate him. They just had that other bum up there from DHS. New revelations about Butler, PA. New revelations. There's no, what new revelations? New revelations. Like America don't know what happened? What, do you need to tell us more? What happened? Let's move along to what happened at the golf course. And how do both of these perpetrators end up in these commercials? Things that I said years ago, and you said, oh, that's just a conspiracy theory, Joe. Well, they're real. They're real. Newsflash. They're real. They're real. That's all. People always, well, conspiracy theory. That's people's go-to. That's conspiracy theory. Oh, yeah. It's so nice to say, prove somebody wrong. Hey, Jimmy, no, that's wrong. You got some conspiracy theory over there. That like feels good. You're no, there ain't no conspiracy theory. Some things are real. Real. The theory of real. There's the theory of reality. The reality theory. Conspiracy theory. It ain't even a conspiracy theory because they put it in your face. These Marxists have moved along. You don't need to guess about facts or this or conspiracy theories or anything else because they don't care anymore. They moved along from conspiracy theory. They just say, you're so stupid, we'll do it in your face. You're so stupid, we'll do it in your face. We're not even going to have conspiracy theories and controversy and chaos and all that. No, we're just going to let you know we're evil and you're going to vote for us and we're going to win the election. Right, folks? We're evil. But guess what? You're going to like your oppressor and we're going to rock and roll. Yeah, you're gonna vote. We're evil. You're gonna vote. You like me? Don't you like me? Vote for me. Yeah, vote for me. You like me? Come on, I'm twerking. Come on, vote for me. Don't you like me? Don't you like me? And then, how do you like me now? Wake up. Yeah, wake up, little Sally. What happened? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Sticker shock. I don't know what happened to me. I heard somebody call it sticker shock. I heard somebody call it buyer's remorse. Yeah, Kamala remorse. What happened? Joe, you don't look good today. Joe, you don't look good. I don't know. Things are bothering me, Tommy. You don't look good. I don't know. I think I got the bug. I got that bug. I don't know. What's it called, Joe? I don't know. They call it Kamala remorse. Yeah, I don't feel good. I'm sweating. I'm broke. Yeah, well, you caught that Kamala remorse? Yeah. Well, it's spreading. Wow, she's doing great, huh? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. There's no theories. They just say you're stupid. We're going to do it in your face. At least you would think they would have been more professional about it. And let her talk about policies and let her talk about certain, all she's been doing is talking garble. Because they think they won already. They made it this far, so you can't blame them. You can't blame them. They made it this far. They made it this far. They think they won already. We made it this far. I didn't think we were going to get this far. There wasn't even a primary. We got a shot at this. We got a shot. We made it this far. We don't care anymore. Can't blame them. Can't blame them. They've just had a golden road right till election day. Look at poor Donald Trump, what he's been through leading up to the election. They're out there clubbing. He's getting shot at. My video skipping. See what I got to deal with. You get. Pay your Spectrum bill. This is what you get. Video skipping. Maybe the video will catch up. Sorry about that. It's a marathon. You want to hang? You hang. It's a marathon. I got 9 viewers anyways. All right. Sorry about that. Sorry. This is what I'm addicted to. This is my fix. Nicotine and caffeine. What a loser I am. Nicotine and caffeine. Used to be an athlete. Yeah. That's what old men say. Yeah, I used to do this. Well, I'm that guy now. I'm that guy. My video skipping. Look at these communists. Boy, I tell you, I'm used to swimming upstream anyways. I'm used to it. Holy cow. Skipping. We're going to do 2 hours, I guess. We're going to do 2 hours. So, Yeah, Kamala, I think's up 7 or 8 points or whatever it is. Well, you can't believe the polls. You can't. There's so many polls out there. You can't believe in all that. They didn't take into consideration the MBG, the media bias gap that I call the media bias gap. The Democrats might not be that more motivated to go out and vote. They might lose it on that. 100% of the Republicans are going to go vote. Democrats might be too busy doing something. They might not make it to the toll booth. The media bias gap, because they've been watching propaganda media and they just think they don't need to do anything because it's a fix anyways. So that I don't think the Democratic voter is going to be that much more, going to be too more motivated compared to Donald Trump motivated. You got 100,000 registered Trump voters. 99,000 are going to 99,999 are going to go vote. The Republican base, whoever's registered to vote, they're voting. The Democrats have more registered voters, but we only got to hope 25% show up. Maybe they'll be distracted come election day because they think it's already in. They think the victory is already. They think they might just rest on their laurels because everything's been their way, one way. They might be in a comfort zone. They might not make it to the toll booth. But the Trump voters, the Republicans, they're going to vote. They're going to vote. I'm hitchhiking to my voting booth, 13 miles. I'm hitchhiking. And I'll get a ride, out here on the highway. Say Donald Trump, somebody will pick me up and bring me to the city so I can go vote. It's Donald Trump. The Republicans are going to make it to the voting booth. A bigger percent of their registered voters, you could bet on that. That's a no-brainer. The Republicans, a bigger percent of their registered than the percent of registered voters for the Democrats. There's going to be a bigger gap. They better hope they get 60% voter turnout. They better hope they get 60%. I think that's as far low as they can go without them being in danger of losing. Basically, that's what it comes down to. Numbers. If they can get less of those Democrats to the polls, crazy, get them less. Some election years, there'd be some kind of major event that happened, in historical elections, during an election year, crazy things happen to try to manipulate people's thinking. We're going to 2 hours, folks, in case you didn't know. This train ain't stopping until 2 hours, so thank you, Sir Drums. Thank you, sir. God bless you and your family. So Trump needs a militia of all Marines, Special Ops, Navy SEALs. That's what you need, Donald Trump. I'm not an advisor or a strategist. You haven't paid me, but here's some advice in case the people around you got their head up their ass. You need a militia. Why are you counting on the Secret Service? They're the enemy. Gosh, get a militia. If I was Donald Trump, seriously, in lieu of everything that's happened, okay, if I'm on the street in an appearance during an appearance, right? And I'm out in broad daylight. I'm going to have 12 people. I'm going to be walking in the middle of 12 Rambos. Okay? Oh, you see these guys, they're out in public, and there's a Secret Service agent over there. Yeah, we know he's a Secret Service agent. Yeah, look at him. Yeah. Well, we know there's a Secret Service agent over there, and all this and that. And then if something goes down, it's too late. Here's a thought: get a militia, and when you're out and about, you got an army. You're surrounded by an army. What do you want? Mayorkas people? He hates you, in case you haven't noticed. The Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security, they hate you. You gonna count on them? To protect you? Well, newsflash, it ain't working. This is the second time it happened. Newsflash. Get yourself a militia. What the hell? What more do you need to know? What are you paying? Golly. You see some of them those leaders in other countries, when they're on the streets, they got the army around them. You see some other world leaders, because they know what time it is. You see some other world leaders, they have a militia. They have the country's armed forces. They have their army, the country's army. They go out in public. They got the army like this with the rifles. They're like this. So nobody move. If you do, you're going to get blasted. They're already holding arms. When they rock and roll out into the street, they got their army. Donald Trump, you need a militia. You need a militia. No DEIs. No DEIs. What you got? Joe Biden's leftover DEIs. They gave you Joe Biden's leftover DEIs because he's the sitting president. That's what you got. His leftover garbage. Mayorka's laughing. How about this? You're a billionaire. You got friends in the military. You know a lot of Rambos out there that are into all that intelligence and stuff. You need your own independent team, number one, of intelligence beyond what the Secret Service and Homeland Security is giving you. Intelligence. And then after that, you need your army. You need your army. In case you haven't noticed, hasn't anybody told you this? You're out bebopping all over in every town in America in the open air, and there's psychos out there. And you got a Secret Service agent over there. There's one over there. You should be surrounded with militia. Is that a bad visual? Is that a bad visual during a campaign? Whatever it is, you got to freaking protect yourself. Did some strategist tell you that might not look good? Being surrounded by some militia? I'm sure the country would understand at this point in time, two plots against you. I'm sure the country would be forgiving. You come out to do a freaking have militia. I'd have them hanging, or I'd have them hanging from everywhere like monkeys. I'd have my militia watching everything that moves. You got enough money. I'd have some rabid dogs. Make Rambo look like a Boy Scout. Now give him the DEI. Give him the DEI Secret Service. The Joe Biden rejects. Wow, what have they done to this guy? how much hate that runs through that government, the houses, the courts, the local attorney generals. What just evil hatred seep through our whole country like a virus. It's like a virus of evil. Evil. This is Bibb's next election. This next election, elected, World War III ain't that far down the road. That's why Putin was talking smack, because they spun it. They spun it. These propaganda news, they sprung it. They spinned it a different way. But what Putin was like, this girl's a joke. She's done nothing. She's a joke. She's with Biden. She's a joke. Now you got the world powers, China, Russia, United States. They're thinking, this could happen in America. Now America's unstable. Now if I'm Putin. Now if I put pressure on America, now I got China busting my chops, and then you might have North Korea busted, and it's all it's more stressful because of her. Then she says Donald Trump is friends with all the evil communist leaders. This is what Kamala Harris said. Donald Trump is friends. She's friends with Marxists, but they're the opposite. Donald Trump is friend. Well, yeah, I hope he's friendly with Russia and North Korea and China. I hope we're friendly with them. Thank you, Jesus. I hope we're friendly with them for world peace, like there was when Trump was in office. Yeah, all the world leaders are like, what a shit show that's going on in America right now. They got a lady in there that didn't even go through the regular primary process. Holy cow, America. Putin's over there going, America wants to go communist. Putin's like, damn, that happened in America. Shoot, go ahead, rock and roll. But if you become unstable, military, she could be the Antichrist. Who's she gonna have? Freaking DEI generals, unqualified people at the highest ranks to make world head on that? 2 hours. How's it going, Dapper the Rapper? I couldn't take the pressure. I had to put another 2 hours in. So one thing I wanted to stress is, you remember Crooks from Butler, the first attempt, and then you remember this Routh. They were both in different. They were in different commercials for an international power group. So is that a coincidence? Is that a coincidence? Oh, well, I don't know. These dots are so easy to connect. I don't even know what else to say. Yeah, this guy that was at the golf course, right? He's traipsing around the planet. Somehow he was in the Ukraine. He's bouncing all over the planet with 30. Who is this guy? Who is this guy that could bounce all over the place and then end up so coincidentally at Trump's course? How would he even know Trump was going to be there? How would he even know to anticipate Trump's going to be there? He was in the know. My opinion is a mystery guy. He's got a laundry list of crimes. 10 years ago, he was in a propaganda commercial for this company, this corporation. And Crooks, 5 years ago, was in a same company's propaganda commercials. two perpetrators that went after Donald Trump. Connect the dots. It's the color of a rock. The corporation, it's a color of a rock. They do it in your face. That's all. They do it in your face, folks. They do it in your face. You won't see supporting it. Francis Franciotti, Philly Bob, Sir Drums, thank you. Appreciate your support. I think that will do it. So that's it. We got it in. Killed some time. Thank you, folks, for hanging out with me. We're gonna keep pumping away and just appreciate I appreciate everything. Share, like, do all that stuff. The link's in the description for the book and the Cash App. You know all about that. So stay in good spirit. Good weather's here in Western New York. Great weather. Stay in good spirit in your personal life. Stay in good spirit. Stay strong. You might have some hurdles you gotta, but just stay in a good frame of mind. You'll get there. All right. You'll get there. All right, folks. So be the kings and queens of your world. Don't give up. Fight. Put that armor on. It's not partly cloudy. It's partly sunny. Thank you, folks, and have a good night. Well, now my computer's frozen. My computer. Holy cow. Nothing's easy.